誰かを守るための責はあの日息の目諦めない意志つかむ熱くかける発想染まるよ。
Hey guys, we are back now with another Pokemon Gen 6 Wi-Fi battle. Today we're taking on ZerkerXror. Kind of a weird name, but what's even more surprising is the team he has. This is going to prove to be a very interesting battle, to say the least. A team of UUs versus a team of OUs. So let's get this show on the road. He starts off with a shiny Dragonite that looks weird and green. I, on the other hand, send out Starmie, and right away he makes a switch. And I believe, personally, it's a very good switch. And sends in shiny Greninja. Greninja looks a lot better in black. And I go right away for the Ice Beam, and the Ice Beam doesn't do much damage. Not very little because it resists. And I know Greninja is a really fast Pokemon, and I don't want to get hit by its attacks, so I decide to make a switch, and I switch into Braviary. And my prediction turned out to be somewhat right, because he goes right away for a Dog Pulse. If it would have went for the Ice Beam instead, that would have been another story. And yes, this Greninja has Life Orb, which makes it worse. He makes a switch, and I'm wondering what he's going to bring out next. And he sends in Metagross. And it's a shiny Metagross. The same shiny Metagross we're all going to be getting in the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Mystery Gift. These shiny Metagrosses don't eat ice punches for breakfast. Takes a superpower rather well, however my attack and defense has suffered. So I need to switch in case it decides to use something like Meteor Mash. And I send in Arcanine. Pokemon, many times over, has never let me down. Ever. And it goes right away for the Meteor Mash, and the Meteor Mash does a whole load of damage. Not very effective, but it does do a lot of damage, and it has Life Orb too. And he's thinking Flare Blitz, so he's going to make a switch, and that's a pretty good switch, and he sends out Charizard. And it's a shiny one. Now, what's thinking in my head? Is it Charizard X or Charizard Y? I go for the Flare Blitz to find out, and it does survive, surprisingly. It really does survive, despite suffering a recoil. And I do suffer Life Orb damage. And figures it would. And now it Mega Evolves into a shiny Mega Charizard X. I can tell we're going to be in for some serious pain. I really admit it's serious pain. And now it goes right away for an Outrage. And the Outrage does a boatload of damage that takes down my Arcanine in one hit. I wonder if the switch really did help him out, though. I send in my Starmie because I don't really know what to attack with at this point. I go instead for the Skull, which surprisingly I'm a bit faster. And it does take down the Mega Charizard X. Although if it did use Dragon Dance before it, that would have been a different story altogether. And now sends in another shiny, Scizor. I'm seeing shinies everywhere, what's going on? And I go for the Skull, hoping to do some damage, which I do, but about 1/3. He, on the other hand, goes for a U-turn, and the U-turn does a boatload of damage due to Technician. However, I am grateful that I survived with 1 HP thanks to the Focus Sash. And yes, another Pokemon with Life Orb. I'm seeing Life Orbs everywhere. I wonder if they had any idea that Life Orb has a risk-reward factor. And now sends in the shiny green Dragonite. I don't know what color it looks like when it's shiny, like a lime green or something. Yeah. I make the switch because I'm thinking he may do like an Outrage, and I switch into my Rotom, and no. He decides instead to go for a Dragon Dance. And the Dragon Dance is going to boost its attack and speed up +1. If it boosts a few more, I'm going to be in serious trouble. Not that it matters because it's going to do an Outrage of its own. And that Outrage surprisingly takes down my Rotom. And he gets a crit, and I believe personally, that's good for him. No complaints there. And now I send in my Mienshao. But will it matter much of a difference by this point since I have to deal now with a +1 attack and +1 speed Dragonite? No. I get a Fake Out, which does the flinch, and gets confused due to fatigue. Now it's all a matter of luck if he hits itself. Surprisingly, it does. I really am surprised by this. I go now for the Stone Edge, and the Stone Edge does a load of damage that takes it down. I don't know whether to consider myself lucky or what. But either way, I'm liking this battle because it's intense. Anyway, he now brings back his Greninja, the shiny Greninja to be exact, and goes straight away for an Ice Beam. With its high special attack and speed, Mienshao's not going to stand a chance, believe me. Made worse by the fact that it has Protean, which changes its typing, which will give automatic stab no matter what. And my Mienshao goes down in one hit. So I decide to send in my Starmie. I just only sent in it just to die, because I don't have anything that could, take it down. Goes for the Grass Knot, and that just takes down the only HP it has. Plus, with the stab and everything, it makes it even more dangerous. Ah well, losing 2 Pokemon isn't that bad. because the fact is, it's now suffering from Life Orb recoil, which means I do have a chance. I send in my Braviary, and I'm at least faster thanks to Choice Scarf, and I go right away for the Brave Bird. If Greninja was a timid nature and it had like max speed and everything, it would have been like a different story. Went for the Brave Bird, took down Greninja. I am relieved at least, though I can't count myself out yet because now he summons in the shiny Metagross that does not eat Ice Punches for breakfast. Yes, I'm making Killer Nacho references here. He goes instead now for a Bullet Punch, and the Bullet Punch takes down Braviary. You did its job, but yeah, sadly goes down. And Life Orb recoiled yet again. I decide instead to go for my Rose Raid because clearly I have to like take it down. So I went ahead with the Sleep Powder, putting it to sleep, and I'm relieved. Although the question now is, will it have a first turn wake or not? Good news is it doesn't, and I'm relieved. However, this is where I make a mistake, and I clicked Sludge Bomb by accident. I should have went for Shadow Ball, and it gets the second turn sleep, but it ends up getting awake and gets the Bullet Punch. And the Bullet Punch doesn't do that much damage. It does a lot and gets the crit, but dang, that was dangerous. This time around, I do go for the Shadow Ball, and the Shadow Ball takes down the Metagross. Had I used like a different attack altogether, the outcome would have been very different. Although the crit otherwise wouldn't really make much of a concern. Anyway, he now sends in the Shiny Scizor at half health, and he goes for the Bullet Punch, and that's it. Though I lost, the battle was intense. I really did enjoy it a lot. It was an intense battle from start to finish. Thank you very much, ZerkerXror, for the battle. I really do like it. Check out, if he has a YouTube channel, I'll post a link in the description. Thank you guys very much for this Wi-Fi battle, and if you enjoy it, please hit that like button. It does mean a lot to me. Please do not forget to answer the QOTD, and this is going to be the last Wi-Fi battle for a while, because starting tomorrow, on August 29th, begins Layton versus Ace Attorney, and I'm hoping that you guys will be enjoying it as much as I have. That's about it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace out, y'all.